Hey everyone, it's Loida. I'm here with BC. We're at his house. He's drinking some of the famous mate. If you're from Argentina, you know what this drink is. And I wanted to do another quick interview with Bryan, just asking him a couple of questions. We just finished the third quarter, going on to the fourth quarter. It's almost the end of the year. So this is the time where many agents start to slack off or stop doing what they're supposed to be doing, putting things aside. So, Bryan, ever since I've been working with you, you've always mentioned how important the third and the fourth quarter is. For those of the agents that are watching, why is this such an important time?
Okay, good question. Any agents watching or anybody who's in sales in general, what she just said, that people are taking time off. You need to understand that in this kind of business where there is, quote, competition, whenever there's a point that you see other people are taking time off or where there's a holiday, you want to up your efforts. Why is that? Well, if you have normally 100 salespeople in an area working, an area of 100,000 people, and suddenly because of the holidays it gets reduced from 100 to 50 or 100 to 20, which is what happens during the holidays, guess what? You're going to get more sales. So, if you're a real estate agent watching, starting in October, going through the end of December, and even the beginning parts of January, there's a lot less agents working. So guess what? This is what you need to do. Pull up new expireds, old for sale by owners, new for sale by owners. Any lead you got 6 months ago that still hasn't made a decision, call them, okay? Because you're gonna get an objection, which is, I wanna wait till after the holidays, nobody's buying, nobody's selling. Bullshit. Any homeowner that tells you that, ask them, okay, so you think you wanna wait until after the holidays because nobody's buying, got it. Repeat and affirm, that's the first thing you do. Second, is it because you have kids in school? Is it because, whatever reason? Find out what the reason is and then hit them with this. Mr. Seller, can I be honest with you? Yes, Bryan, go ahead. You're the third person today and about the 12th person this week that told me they're gonna wait until February or March to put their home back on the market. This is if you're talking to an expired or for sale by owner or somebody thinking about selling. So, if this is happening every week and everybody's waiting until February or March to put their home on the market, what is that going to mean come springtime? Well, I don't know what. Well, a lot of people are going to put their home on the market. So, Mr. Seller, if a lot of other people put their home on the market and you have more competition, what do you think that means for you?
Yeah. And this is something that many of us forget to ask. I just got off the phone with an expired listing, and this is exactly what the seller told me. You know what? We wanted to sell. We were in the market for about 3 months. We're going to hold off until March. And I told him, well, if you knew that you could get your home sold in the next 30 days for top dollar and still net the money that you need in your pocket so that you can move, is that something that you'd be excited about? And of course, who's going to say, no, I don't want to sell my home and net the money that I want? So along with that,
if they're motivated.
Yes,
if they're motivated.
Definitely. They have to be motivated. If not, you can't do anything about that.
Right.
So along with pretty much setting up a schedule, what are some of the things that you're now doing to incorporate in your schedule? I know what we do, but for those of the agents who are watching, how is your schedule now different compared to earlier in the year?
Two things. Number one, any old lead that I had, I follow up with even more now. A lot of people, no matter what they tell you, or whatever objection is thrown or whatever you tell them, are going to wait until after the new year. It's inevitable. Not everybody's going to convert now. By you upping your contacts with people that are your leads that you're following up with, talk to them a lot now, okay? That way when they do think about January, February, March doing something, guess what? You've been talking to them more than anybody else. You're going to be the go-to person. That's one. Number two, up your prospecting. If you're going to do 30 contacts a day during the holidays, bump it up to 40 or 50. Or do what I'm going to do now, which we're adding about two hours extra. So we prospect normally 3-4 hours a day. Now it's going to be 5 to 6 hours a day. Because guess what? The people that we can't convert now, we're going to convert January, February, March. So it's going to create more momentum now. But guess what? If you slack off now, your first quarter 2016 is going to suck. And that's why a lot of agents start slow, because they let up during the fourth quarter. Now, can you take time off? Absolutely. I'm going to take time off. Loida's going to take time off. Everyone else is. But make it time off that you chose and that's strategic. Okay? And when you're working, work extra hard. And when you're not working, enjoy your time. Period.
Yeah. Awesome. And as many of you guys who have been following us know that both Bryan and I went to Mike's Ferry's Superstar Retreat last week out in Florida. So Bryan, from the retreat, what were some of the main takeaways that you got from being there that you are now implementing into your system, or that you would recommend the viewers to start putting in?
Cool, great question. First of all, I highly recommend the Miami retreat. I've never been to Miami.
Yeah.
It's awesome, beautiful. Florida is awesome. I mean, if you haven't been there, you have to go. Mike said he might not be doing it for much longer, so sign up immediately. I don't want to make this a paid advertisement for Mike Ferry, but we all know Mike Ferry is the godfather of real estate, okay? Nitty gritty, driver, just like me, hey, shut up and get to work. So every time I go to these retreats, not only do I get instilled in me, again, prospect, get to work, stop making excuses, but more importantly, I get to rub elbows with top producers. And that's the main reason you guys want to go to events like this and associate yourself with somebody like Mike Ferry, is you get to meet these people that are doing 100, 200, 300 deals a year. And like they say, who you surround yourself with is basically going to determine your future, okay? That's just as important as working hard. So if you're not surrounding yourself with the right people, you're going to limit yourself. So if you're thinking 50 deals is a lot, imagine if you start spending time with people doing 200, 300, 400 deals a year. Don't you think it's going to expand your thinking a little bit? So to summarize her question, number one, it's going to drill into you again, going to Mike Ferry, that you need to prospect and do the work. W-O-R-K. People don't want to work, but at the end of the day, if you want to be successful in real estate, you're going to have to work. But secondly, you get to meet these top producers. And man, when you meet these top producers, the real top producers, they're so giving and open and friendly, it's unreal. So if you're hesitating because, oh, well, they do 400 deals a year, they're not going to talk to me, I'm doing 5 deals a year, it's the opposite. The more successful these people are, the more abundant type mindset that they have, and the more willing they're going to be able to help you. If you ask them, hey, let me go to lunch with you, they're going to be like, sure, where do you want to go? So that's the main thing, is you want to rub elbows and meet these top producers, because they're going to expand your thinking and make your success that much easier.
Awesome. Yeah, I completely agree. And one of the things that I got from attending Mike Ferry's event is that any lead that you get, putting them into a note card and putting in the back, pretty much in the front, you're going to put the name, the address, who they are, a seller or a buyer, and in the back of the note card, put the potential commission. And any time that you don't feel like prospecting or following up, just look at that note card, and that should motivate you to follow up. Because I know for me, I started doing that, and as soon as I see that note card, I tell myself, okay, I want to make this money, so of course I'm going to follow up until they tell me, you know what, Loida, you've been bothering us, just please stop calling. So until they tell me that, wouldn't you agree that this is something that everyone should start implementing?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that the value of that card. Now, does a lead have value? No, only appointments and listings and sales have value, but if you're hesitating calling somebody because you don't feel like it, if that card says $20,000 on the back of it for just picking up the phone and dialing, I'm pretty sure you're going to make that call. And if that doesn't motivate you, you should get out of the business immediately, okay? And I like that plug that she just made, because you can never be too aggressive. Any of you watching, how many leads have you followed up with so much that they A, called your broker and complained, or B, told you, stop calling me, you're calling me too much, you're too aggressive? I doubt it's ever happened, but on the flip side, I guarantee you've lost a lot that you don't call, and you call them 3 months later, hey, we wanted to call you, we lost your number, we listed with this other guy. And I know you're all shaking your head saying, yep, that's happened to me 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. So if you start putting the commission on the back of it, like she just said, guarantee you're going to be a little bit more motivated to pick up the phone and call your leads.
Yeah. And going back to that, we recently worked on a transaction where the seller, they weren't expired, and we talked to them so many times that by the time that they wanted to relist, they felt like we were friends, and they told us, you know what, we're not even interviewing anyone anymore. We're going to go with you guys, and you guys are going to sell the house. So definitely always keep that in mind. If you don't feel like following up or prospecting, just think of the potential commission, and just think, if I don't help them, somebody else is going to take my business away.
Right. And I wanted to say, we got that listing at 7%. I know a lot of you guys are struggling to get 6. We got that at 7. And guess what? They referred to somebody else, and we got that one at 7. And those 2 deals are closing this month, and I'm making about $30,000. No, sorry, $35,000 off 2 homes from 7%. And that's just the listing side, okay? Now, on top of that, the follow-up, 80% of your appointments are going to come from follow-up, okay? We knocked on that door about a dozen times, maybe more, because they wouldn't even answer the phone. But guess what? The 20, 30 bucks you spend in gas, we're making a $15,000 commission. I think you're all in agreement with us that that is definitely worth going to the door to knock on it. It takes 15, 20 minutes. Whether it's a call or the door, follow up.
Yeah. So hopefully Bryan has answered a lot of the questions that you guys have had. Also, we hope that we have motivated you to continue prospecting, following up, just getting on the phones, door knocking. Now that we're in the fourth quarter, we want to make sure that you guys are motivated to end the year well. I'm going to put Bryan's information on this page, and I'm also going to put my information so you guys can go ahead and follow us, like, comment, share our videos. If you guys have any video suggestions, put them in the comments section. We're always willing and giving and always looking forward to hearing from you and see what kind of questions you guys are asking that we know that we can help you with. So with that being said, I'm Loida. Bryan, we'll talk to you guys next
See
time.
you guys.